guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Chantilly''s and this is my channel, Chantilly's Kitchen Hop. And my channel is dedicated to gluten-free vegan recipes and sharing with you guys while we have some fun rocking out in the kitchen. And today I have a great dinner recipe for you guys. We're going to be doing a creamy lemon basil pasta dish. It's so yummy, but actually on the healthy side, it's a no oil dish, so I'm sure you guys are going to want to learn how to make this. So make sure you stick around and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. See you in a sec, guys. Bye. We'll go ahead and start there. It seems like a perfect spot. So, hi guys, thanks for joining me today. And if it's your first time, I'm Chantilly''s and this is Chantilly's Kitchen Hop. And I do all gluten-free vegan recipes. And today I have a super delicious dinner recipe for you guys. We're going to be doing a healthy, creamy lemon basil pasta dish. It's so good. I don't know if you could hear me with the music playing, but I didn't have any leftovers to show you guys because I ate them all. That's honestly how yummy this was. So I just kind of came up with this one. I was craving it last night, so this is actually a new one that I have not even really played around with. I thought it was pretty perfect. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So while we're doing our sauce and stuff, you guys would be wanting to get your noodles boiling, and we're doing spaghetti noodles with this one, or just long noodles, just because of the style of the dish. And I actually use the Barilla spaghetti pasta. I really like that one. I haven't had any issues with contamination or anything like that. You can find it pretty much any grocery store, which I really like. So you guys would want to get your water boiling and then put that in. And whatever the box says, you want to cook till el dente, or even 1 minute less, because we are going to be putting this in a pan. So they are going to cook a little bit more. So you don't want them super soft. That's one tip. And then the other tip, you guys know when I do cashew stuff, make sure you can soak these for as long as possible, or just soft boil them for about 15 minutes too, works really well. So however you guys want to do that. But so for our base, we're going to do a half a cup of soaked and rinsed raw cashews. Almost forgot what those were. So we got a half a cup of those. And then, should get that started. And then, let's see, we're going to do the juice from 2 lemons. Finish squeezing this one out because it's, creamy lemon. So we got to make sure it's got a nice lemon flavor, but we don't want it to be too overpowering. So we're doing 2. You could even do 3 if they're smaller, or you want a really, really powerful lemon flavor. It's totally up to you guys. I wanted a little bit, but not a lot. And I got a question. Oh, I like the black bean pasta. I've tried the edamame pasta. I do like them all. I just noticed with those ones, I find them a little bit better when I can pan fry them, so I feel like they would work really well with this recipe. I tried them one time, just soft boiled, like a spaghetti recipe, and they were okay, but when you pan fry them, there was just something happened a lot better with it. So I would definitely try those, Stacy. They're really good. Okay, I forgot what I was saying. So after the 2 juices of the lemons, we're going to do the zest from 1 lemon. Let me get my little thing so I can get it in there. So we got the zest from 1. So that's also why I only did the 2 lemon juice, because we are doing the zest, which is even a little bit more potent for flavor. So we got that going in there. So we got that. And then next, actually, this was ahead of step 2. I should have told you guys about. We're just gonna saute. I have my avocado no fat oil spray that I used, or we can pan fry it just with a little bit of water because we are doing this as a no oil dish. But we did 4 cloves of garlic and an onion, and we diced them up and then just sauteed them till the onion got nice and opaque. So about 5 minutes, and a little bit of salt in there just for flavor. And you guys know me, if you've watched me, I always like my salt, so you got to do a little bit of salt on everything. But it really does help bring out the flavor, so. And then we're even going to use the same pan to make our pasta in, so we're just going to put that right back on our burner. And then go ahead and get it going to about a medium heat, low medium. Okay, and then in here, now we're just going to do probably about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of salt. And just a little bit of black pepper for some flavor. So we're not even going to measure it, just we'll say a dash of black pepper. And then we're gonna do a cup of your vegan milk of choice. I actually had the coconut milk today, so that's what I'm using. And we're doing a cup of that. Oh, I got that a little too high on my burner. And then we'll just pop our lid on, or blender, whatever you guys are doing this in. And then we're gonna give this a good blend up for probably about 4 minutes until it's nice and smooth and creamy. And I actually already did mine ahead of time, so I didn't annoy you guys with the sound, because even sometimes it starts to bug me. So give you guys an idea of what we're looking at. So we just got a nice creamy, it's a little thin, but don't worry, it's gonna thicken up, especially once I show you guys the tricks we're gonna do. So we're gonna pull over our frying pan. Good medium to larger skillet's good with this one, and I recommend some sides just because it is a pasta dish, so you got some room to work with. You're not worrying about everything going over the sides and stuff. So, next tip and trick with the pasta. We actually do not want to drain the water. We don't want to drain it at all. It's going to help thicken it. It helps, and this is the more traditional Italian way of doing it. You want your pasta water, actually. So we're just going to take some tongs and get our pasta into our dish without splashing ourselves. See, splashed it anyway. I knew it was going to happen. So as much as the pasta as you can get without making too much of a mess. So no, we got that in there. Still don't throw out your water, because we're going to actually be putting some in just a sec. But first, we're going to go ahead and dump in our creamy mixture. Just go ahead and pour it all in there. And I did do the whole box of pasta. I probably should have told you guys that. So this is a good size meal. It'll feed 4, or a good size for you, and then a good size leftover, because I did a half of this last night, and well, we'll just say there was no leftovers. So we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit more pepper, because I do like pepper in mine. And then we're going to toss in probably about 1/4 cup of fresh basil leaves. And I do recommend fresh and not chopping them, just throwing them in whole. It really helps with the presentation. The flavor is just really amazing, and you'll get those nice bursts of basil flavor in your mouth, which is just absolutely delicious, especially with this creamy sauce we're doing. And then next, we're going to take just a good size scoop of water, probably about, I'd say about 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup, and we're actually going to pour some of our pasta water into our dish. And this is actually, the starch from the pasta is actually really, really going to help thicken this sauce up, so don't worry. And if you guys are a little worried, start with just a little bit less. It's totally okay. So we start with just the basil in there, and then let it warm for a little bit, and then we're actually going to throw in some spinach for some just good, healthy, and yummy flavor. It goes really, really good with this. Asparagus goes really good in here too, but I wanted spinach, so we're doing spinach today. We're just going to kind of give some stirs as we're going. You don't want it to stick or burn to the bottom, but it will start to thicken up just a little bit. And all the flavors really start popping out and stuff too, so. Really, we're giving the basil a minute to start infusing into the sauce and start getting that flavor going. And then recommendation for me is I really like a little bit of crushed red pepper in mine. It just brings up the flavor a little bit, and I like just a little bit of heat in mine. So again, we're not measuring it, we're just throwing in a dash of red pepper flakes. But you guys could definitely leave that step out if you want, but I think it goes really, really well with the flavors. And it's not very overpowering because we're just doing a little bit. So I can already see mine starting to thicken up. And if you feel like it's too thin, you guys can always add in a little bit of flour or cornstarch if you do want it a little bit thicker. But with this one, you don't want it too thick, really. It's not quite an Alfredo sauce, but you could definitely make it more like an Alfredo sauce. Side dish, as Stacy's asking, grilled asparagus would be really good. Just a really good traditional garden salad would be yummy with it, with the flavors. Trying to think, roasted Brussels sprouts would honestly probably be really good with this too, or roasted artichokes would be yummy. Pretty much any vegetable side dish I feel like would go really well with this, because this isn't a super heavy dish, but it is filling. We'll just say that. It's not like, you know, back in the day when you maybe ordered an Alfredo or something like that, and you're just by the end, we're like, oh my god, I'm just so heavy. But it's also so yummy, you're not going to want to stop, so that's part of it too. All right, so we got our starting to thicken up a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw in our spinach and get that going around. So we're gonna toss in about 2 to 3 cups of spinach, depending on how much you guys like, but I like my spinach, so I just removed all the big stems and stuff, so we don't have any of that, but we're just gonna toss it in, and it cooks down, so you know, it looks like a lot at first, but once you get it mixed in there, it's about perfect with 2 to 3 cups with the color proportions and flavors and stuff. So, but again, if you guys don't want to do the spinach, you definitely don't have to. You could do no vegetables, or asparagus is really good in here too, like I said. Yeah, I already got somebody saying they're gonna make this tonight. I hope you do, because you know what I'm having for lunch and dinner. And then you can tell me what you think, or if you tried something different. I'd really like to know, Stacy, what you did for a side, or if you tried something a little different with it. That would be awesome. Because really, we are almost done. We're just going to let the spinach get a little wilty, and our sauce is getting a lot thicker, so we are almost done. So this is a nice, quick, easy recipe. The part's probably waiting for the water to boil for your pasta. Other than that, I think we had under 10 ingredients, which is always nice for a meal. You can prep this in about 25 minutes probably, just because of the water boiling and the stuff with that. So it's nice when they don't take very long, because a lot of people do think with vegan meals that they just, you know, you have to prep all day or you have to do so much stuff, when really you can have a quick, easy, healthy meal in under 30 minutes doing it vegan too. So don't let that fool you. I mean, you can spend all day on recipes for sure if you want, but you could do that with regular recipes too. So it's just all preference, how you guys want to do it. So give you guys, I think you can see, I mean, just look how good that's looking. We got it, I want to get it bubbling just a little bit before I say it's done, but we are almost done. Our spinach is nice and cooked. It smells really good. I wish this had smell-a-phone on it so you guys could actually smell this one. It's so good. I know I did use coconut milk, but luckily, you know, it didn't give a lot of coconut flavor. But if you guys do want it a little bit heavier, you could actually use the top part of the coconut milk, the coconut cream. You could put that in there to sub out the cashews, or do it with the cashews, and you would get a little bit fattier, but a little bit creamier texture to it too. So, I mean, that's something you guys could try too for some recommendations. And then, all right, we are about done. So let me get a bowl over here so I can plate it and show you guys without making too much of a mess. That's always the hard part. So turn my burner off so I don't burn my sauce. Because I have to tell you, I am definitely looking forward to this. I'm not even waiting for dinner. This is going to be my lunch. Go ahead, get our tongs again. Make sure you get some of the spinach in there though, right? There's that, and then I would recommend just tossing, just for pretties and stuff, a couple of fresh basil leaves on top. And then I also would do just a tiny bit of extra lemon zest, just for some flavor and pretty presentation. So let me just do that real quick. This one's not zesting very well for me. There we go. Sometimes they don't want to come off too well. So there we go, guys. There's our creamy lemon basil pasta. Super yummy, so good. Like I said, I didn't have any leftovers last night, but it's just nice and creamy, and it's a nice healthy version because there's no oil in this one. It's got a little bit of fat, but not a lot, and then we have some good fiber, iron, and proteins in there. So this is just a good complete meal, and I know Stacy had asked, so there were some side recommendations, or honestly, sometimes when I have pasta, I just want my pasta, and I have a big dish, and take a nap afterwards. So I really hope you guys enjoy this one. I really hope you try it. I think you will be really, really amazed, and I would love if you send me pictures, Stacy. I would really like that. I'll put them up for sure. And you guys could definitely play around with this one, change it a little bit. So you instead of basil, you could do a rosemary or oregano. So there's some fun things you could definitely do with this. And I really hope you guys try it. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you guys have any ideas for stuff that you want to see, I do love my input for you guys, and I love working with you. So let me know if there's something you're craving. I would definitely like to collab with you guys. And then also, I did just get some more stickers and magnets in, so if you guys are interested, just send me a DM and I will get those sent out to you. And also, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I do a live recipe every Tuesday on Facebook at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know that's a whole mouthful, right? So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and see you guys next week. Bye, guys.